Good afternoon. It is January 4th and I'm about to marinate some chicken breasts to make oven fried chicken. So I have buttermilk, red hot, and black pepper, which are going to go in this bowl, and then 2 of these breasts are going to go to marinade and 2 are going to go in the freezer. What a deal. That's 4 meals. So what I have in the bowl is a quart of buttermilk, a 1/4 cup of the red hot, well, maybe 1/8 of a cup, it's going to turn pink, and probably about a heaping tablespoon of fresh cracked black pepper. I'm doing this with my left hand, which is not my dominant hand, so it's taking a little longer. I'm going to mix this all up and then pop the remaining 2 breast in there, cover it with foil, and pop it in the mudroom, because the mudroom is an extension of our fridge in the winter. Look how pink and pretty that is. So I'm going to add these 2 breasts in there until they're submerged. And then let them marinate for a few hours. All wrapped up and ready for the mudroom, and then I have the 2 chicken breasts. I have my kitchen marker. I keep a Sharpie in the drawer here so I can mark food that we put away in the freezer. I'm going to put today's date, pop them in the freezer, and we have another meal somewhere down the road. So since I was making a marinade for the chicken, I brought up the large container, which is a half a gallon. It's 64 ounce. Of the Asian red hot. That's the one I'm marinating with the buttermilk. I refilled the one that we have in our fridge, and this one's going to go back in the downstairs refrigerator, but 2 birds, 1 stone. So now I'm going to work on the thyme and marjoram grow kit. I soaked the 2 soil pellets overnight in 5 cups of water, 2.5 cups for each one, and I'm going to break it up and add about 80% of it to each of the pots. Put the seeds on and then cover it with the rest of the soil. Then keep it in a warm spot and water it periodically without soaking it. So for spring we can have marjoram and thyme. And these are from Christmas tree shops. $3 for the 2 of them. It looks like ground beef a little bit, doesn't it? But it's not, it's soil. I just used one of my chopsticks. I'm gonna break it down more, so I might put some gloves on and get dirty, but first I'm going to put the food stuff away. So I was about to put this container in the recycler after I rinsed it, and I noticed it has a great measuring on the side. It shows you 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. Really cool, but I use the whole thing. Did you know buttermilk doesn't have any fat, or less than 1%? Pretty good, because it's naturally fat-free. Grade A pasteurized. Katie's brand, farm fresh from Maine. And then this sauce that we got the other day at Christmas tree shops, Midori sriracha, delicious. Spicy, but not like burn your back of your throat spicy. Really good. So it's the Musashi brand. This shows you what you can find when you clean stuff. Oh, I found this box of dryer balls. Brand new, never opened. So since I have a load in the wash, I'm going to try them out. I'm going to read the instructions and see how this works. Just fill with water and toss in dryer. Soft, wrinkle-free clothes without an iron or dryer sheets. An iron, what's that? So I'm going to try it. And then let's do some potting. Alright, so simple Mr. Steamy instructions. Pour approximately 4 ounces, do not overfill, of water into Mr. Steamer before each use. So there it is. Place Mr. Steamy in dryer. Dry on high heat on full cycle. When using Mr. Steamy for wrinkle release or fresh and previously dried items, fill Mr. Steamy with water 2 to 4 ounces, do not overfill, and run on high heat for at least 15 minutes. Mr. Steamy is the green alternative to fabric softener and dryer sheets. You'll save water, electricity, reduce the amount of chemicals emitted into the environment. With normal usage, Mr. Steamy dryer ball inner sponge will begin to shrink. Initially shrinking will not affect performance, but for best results, replace Mr. Steamy dryer ball every 3 to 6 months. Warning, keep away from children. Okay, Mr. Steamy, you're gonna get filled when it's time to dry, and we'll see how this works. I'm game. I'm willing to give it a try. So, oh, I got 2 sets of instructions, 1 for each ball. I think I might have to call today's vlog Mr. Steamy. In the meantime, I'm gonna throw the box in the recycler. I also found a stain removal machine downstairs. Never opened. With the amount of stains in this house, I can't believe that we've never used it. So that might be the next thing I get to use. So see, the things you find when you clean a space. Paulie's so funny. He's watching, is it HSN or QVC? QVC. He's watching QVC in the living room and commentating on the stuff that they're showing. So I have my gloves on. I'm gonna break up the rest of the soil that's been soaking overnight. I marked each of the pots so we know what's gonna be coming up. So this one is thyme and has the thyme seeds inside, and marjoram and those. And yeah, let's break this down. Do I have time? Yeah. I have all the time in the world. No, in the garden we do. No, here. Yeah, I got thyme and marjoram. Yeah. You know. In a bottle? Thyme in a bottle? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Did you just go there? He did. He went there. No, Jim Croce went there. You are correct. Doesn't his son also sing? Yeah, it does. What's his son's name? AJ. Is it? Yeah. AJ Croce? Yeah. Wow, how did you know that? He's a jazz musician. He is? Yeah. Oh, probably loves jazz. Have you guys ever heard him play? Occasionally I catch him on when he's upstairs in the music room. I'll play for you when I'm ready. Yeah. He has promised to make me a little intro sound music for my channel. Play something sweet. Do? Yeah, I think that's already trademarked. Is it? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do this off camera because I need both hands. Then I'll add each of the pots, this starter soil mixture, to each of the pots about 80% full. Then put the seeds on and then cover the rest of the soil and water in, but not make it slushy. But wow, this is really like composted, fed soil. So I'll come back when it's filled up and I'm ready to add the seeds. Okay, so I've added about 80% of soil. I have plenty of soil to put on top, and I have the thyme. Look at the tiny little thyme seeds opened up, and the marjoram, also itty bitty tiny seeds. So I am going to take one of my gloves off, and I have to do it off camera, unfortunately. I'm just going to sprinkle them in evenly and then leave one glove on so I can put the soil on top. And then we'll be done. Well, that's it. What? Oh, Paulie's watching something else. So that's it. Planted, seeded. Now I'm just going to water a little bit because the soil is still relatively moist from the soaking. And I could toss these containers and then we'll see how they go or how they grow. Alright, let's fill this bowl. No water coming out. Okay, that's good. So, okay. Pop it in the dryer and see how that works. Alrighty, no dryer sheet. Here goes. It's gonna be loud, I'm sure. That's okay. We won't hear it upstairs. I'll come back and see what it looks like when it's done. I know I'm a dork. It's okay. Like, sounds like sneakers are being dried. I keep forgetting to show you guys, we have a little alien that hangs out on the rafter. And every time I come downstairs, I forget that he's there, and I'm like, oh, what's a shiny thing? It's a little alien character. Paulie put it up there years ago. It does sound like sneakers in the dryer. I don't care, as long as it works, right? The stuff's out of the dryer, so it's all folded up. It doesn't have the smell of the, fabric softener sheets, obviously. This is still a little moist, but not wet. So, let's see. A couple of the items that had polyester in it, polyester blends, did feel like they were a little staticky, so not sure. I kind of miss the fabric softener sheet smell, but I'll give this a try. So far so good. So we are ready to make chicken, and when I say we, I mean me. Paulie's ready to eat chicken, but he's gonna have to wait. So I have my dredging station set up. This is the Italian seasoned panko, which I got from Christmas tree shop for $1. And I think this is the third time I'm using this little 6-ounce canister. This is going to be where the egg mixture is going to be, but let me show you what's in it. I'm going to pulse it quickly in my NutriBullet, only because it's convenient. You could certainly just do this with a fork. So inside is 1 whole egg, and then the egg whites from when I made hollandaise sauce last week. Perfectly fine. They were in an airtight container in the refrigerator. I've added a tablespoon of Dijon mustard and some salt-free seasoning mix and some coarse garlic powder and fresh cracked black pepper. I'm going to whiz that in the NutriBullet, and that's going to be the other step. That's what's going to go in there. So there's the egg mixture that's going to go in here. Paulie's making chicken sounds from the other room just to distract me. So the chicken's out. It's been coming to room temperature from the buttermilk and the Asian hot sauce. Oh, Paulie. I have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. I have a Fahrenheit. I have a pan with foil on the bottom and a little mesh straining thing, which I'm going to put the chicken on top of. That way it could crisp on the outside, on the bottom and the top. So you see it's ginormous breast, so I'm going to, actually I have to switch this around. I'm going to do panko twice. So panko is going to go next, then egg, then back to panko. I'll show you what they look like once they're ready there, because this is a messy part of the job. So there's the chicken breaded with panko and going in the oven at 400 Fahrenheit. What you see in the pan is leftover panko breadcrumbs, and I mix them with the whipped egg with the yolk, the egg whites, 1 whole egg, the mustard, the black pepper, and that's going to be the topping for our green beans because I don't like to waste anything. So quick disclosure for those of you who are pregnant or have any autoimmune deficiency or compromise, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but this is cooked as well. It's been about 8 minutes, as much as it would cook on top of the chicken in the oven. So everything is toasted, cooked through, so any raw contact that the breadcrumb mixture came into from the chicken is all cooked down. So I would definitely not save those breadcrumbs to use again, you know, put them away, but I didn't want to throw them out, so I utilize them for a little bread topping for our green beans. No waste, and they're quite tasty. So there's dinner. It's ready. Chicken, oven fried chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes with garlic and ricotta cheese. Yummy. So that's it for us for today. That is the way we celebrated our anniversary, 18 years. If you haven't heard how we met, I'm sure there's a video out there somewhere.
Oh my God. That's another story.
That's a story for another day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to thumbs up or subscribe if you're just stopping by for the first time. We appreciate you coming back. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.